Hey guys, welcome into the CBG podcast. I am the Crypto Bull God. If you appreciate the content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, drop me a comment, and you need to click the bell icon for all notifications to know when I go live on the YouTubes. Guys, look, I'm going to level set with you. I just did a live stream last night for the weekly close. So typically around this time at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I do the all in the charts, and I'm looking at the charts, and I'm thinking to myself, there's nothing to talk about. There really isn't. There's nothing new over what I just spoke to yesterday. Like, what am I going to do and come out here and talk about? That's honestly what I thought to myself, and sometimes it's challenging as somebody who goes live every weekday and talks about the charts, and when you find that day over day nothing materially has changed, sometimes I feel like it does more harm to your community than good to come out and try to find something to talk about, right? So what I would share with you is that there's nothing changed over yesterday. And you might say to me, well, I'm seeing red in the market. Nothing's changed over yesterday. Okay? So if you want to know where I feel like we're at in the quote-unquote cycle, or the current state of Bitcoin and the current state of crypto, guys, check out all in the charts on Friday and Sunday. Those are my thoughts. I cannot even begin to... It is hard for me to put into words, quite honestly, how fucking bullish I am. Okay, so for anyone here tuning in that regularly tunes into my daily live streams all in the charts, again, I cannot reiterate to you how epically fucking bullish I am. All that stuff is pent up inside me. I'm controlling my emotions, and I'm extremely logical about what's going on and how I plan to profit from it. So I'm just telling you right now, be patient, because this is the worst time to be impatient. But I think what today provides the opportunity to do is just get away from the charts. I have no material updates, guys. There's nothing new to share with you. I'll be doing TA Q&A tomorrow. I'll take your TA questions. But, guessing this, trying to say, well, tomorrow's going to be a green day or a red day, it doesn't matter because, again, the sole focus of my channel isn't day trading. I should probably be more explicit about that if I haven't, but I'm not a day trader. The whole point is to use technical analysis to benefit your longer-term investment thesis, right? So the high time frame charts are where we get that investment thesis. And from the high time frame charts, it is so fucking bullish. I was on the phone. I can't stop talking about crypto. I want to jump into the comments here. But I was on the phone with a family member, and this family member said to me they were getting uncomfortable with how high price was, and they almost wanted to sell. And I said, well, and I'll hit on this in one of my videos, I said, well, I think you should do what you're comfortable with. I will say from my vantage point, not to get too technical, but I think it would be fucking stupid to sell right now. Okay? I reiterated it would be fucking stupid, in my opinion, several times on the phone call. But ultimately, I said, look, I could be dead wrong. It's just I've been studying this market for years, and I'm a statistician, right? So I rely on the data. The data tells me what is most and least likely, and that's what I have to go off of. What you're sharing with me, whatever this person shared with me, was their emotional opinion. And I'm going to hit on this in my upcoming top signalings video that's going to drop this week. But the two worst emotions you can suffer from in this market that I reiterated to this person, the two worst emotions, make sure you understand this. The one everyone knows about. The one is greed. The one is FOMO. The one is thinking that your portfolio will go up forever, indefinitely. Okay? You have a very serious risk in that situation of not selling and profiting from your investment if you have that emotional attachment, right? And that's the one most commonly understood. Do you want to know what the other emotional risk to you is? If you're anything like me, I grew up in an environment that was not just middle class, because if you actually study what middle class is, middle class comprises the largest segment of the population, and it's a very broad range of income distributions. I grew up on the lower end of middle class. That's what I would say. Not at the top, not in the middle, but just slightly below middle. Not at the low end. Just like I would say mid-low, okay? So the point of where I'm going with this is I did not grow up with a lot of money. I was certainly not born into money, which was actually beneficial in many ways, because one of the things that I respect my father for most is instilling me financial integrity. There's a reason that, fortunately, in my life to this day and age, at the age of 42, I've never stressed a bill. And that's the thing that I'm most thankful for when it comes to my finances. I've literally never stressed a bill before. I've always had extra disposable cash, discretionary spending abilities, because I've worked very hard to get to where I'm at in life today. I can say that much. But when you grow up in a family that doesn't have a lot of wealth, and especially in that middle income segment that's in the middle or lower end, what can happen, and I can speak to this, what can happen is when you make a material amount of money, you get uncomfortable with it. You get uncomfortable, and so that uncomfortability drives decisions that ultimately have the risk of you selling too early. So there is the risk based upon an emotional response that you could sell too late or too early. And so that's why I say that you really need to make sure that whatever your plan is, right? I'm going to share with you what my plan is. I hope that you use that, in your toolbox, and you kind of come up with your own personal objective plan. It shouldn't be subjective. It should be objective. If you don't know the difference between the words subjective and objective, go ahead. Google's your best friend. But you need to come up with your own objective plan, because if you don't, I've been saying this since I think 2022. If you don't have a sell strategy in place, this is the moment right now, guys. I'm telling you right now, this is the moment where you're going to find out how successful you were with your sell strategy, because all this is for nothing. If you don't sell your investments, it's all for nothing. It's an unrealized gain. I look at my portfolio and I think to myself, wow. The crazy thing is when I look at my liquid net worth, which a fuck ton of my liquid net worth is in crypto. I've shared that with you guys. When I actually look at my liquid net worth, I don't really think about it. I think if I thought about it too much, I'd be like, really? That's how much I have in my investment portfolio. But I choose not to think about it because there's no temptation and there's no thought in my head to sell at this point. It would be completely fucking moronic, in my opinion, because in using objective measures and evaluating if the market is truly at a topping point, none of them are firing. So even if the emotional aspect of this... Even if the emotional aspect of myself is saying to myself, if there's any uncomfortability with my the value of my portfolio, what I lean into is the objective measures that I have stuck in place to tell me if the market is truly near a topping point. Until then, the market's going to go higher, in my opinion, than what most people believe. All right, let me get into the comments here, and then I'm actually going to share with you the whole purpose behind today's podcast, because it's probably not readily apparent within the title. Thank you, by the way, for everyone tuning in. I'm getting a decent amount of engagement on the likes as well. Definitely appreciate that. Whether I'm doing the CBG podcast or All in the Charts or my brand new live stream, Beyond the Charts, you guys have no idea. When you're a content creator, and you're an educator in this space, really attempting to sort of lock into a large audience to try to help them out because you feel like you have a lot of education and knowledge to share. The thing that really helps you as a content creator is when people engage with you. They drop you comments and likes, because if you're not hitting the thumbs up button, and I hate repeating this, but if you're not doing those things, YouTube, they just have algorithms, right? It's AI at the end of the day. And if they're not seeing a lot of engagement on the content, they're not going to spread it around to other people. So that's why routinely I'll ask, hey guys, can you hit the thumbs up, please? Black Oil, good to see you in the house, my friend. Kevin, you have a question? When things are not on Coinbase and not an ERC token, where do you typically buy them? An example would be Clore. Okay, so alternative exchanges that I have used beyond Coinbase. Now, Binance US used to be my go-to exchange. I loved Binance US. I actually had a somewhat Nah, that's overstating it. But I did at one point have communication with the CEO sort of behind the scenes. Was it the CFO technically or the CEO? And they hooked me up with getting expedited approval on withdrawal limits and things like that. It was pretty cool. I appreciated it. So, but anyway, I liked Binance US. But anyway, that's not available at the moment anymore. So other go-to exchanges that have tokens that are not readily available on Coinbase, I have used Gemini. I have used Mexi, and specifically for Clore, I've used Mexi for my Clore purchases. I have specifically used Uphold. Now, Uphold, I know what you're going to say. They're not technically an exchange. I think of them as an intermediary between exchanges. And what they do is they hit up different exchanges to get you the best value per token when you make a purchase. That's essentially how it works in layman's terms. But regardless, I use Uphold for my Caspa. So, yeah, I would say Uphold, Mexi, Gemini, and I've even used Kraken. I may or may not have used Kraken for some privacy coins. I don't know. The FBI or government could be listening. I certainly don't want to allude to me owning any privacy tokens because the government likes to know everything. Juan, let's fucking go. Good to see you in the house, my friend Rory as well. Raghorn, welcome in. Glad to see you here. Yes, we have to be patient and wait for the monthly close. Juan, by chance, is your biggest investment XRP or Casper? Because those two are not moving. Casper's been pooping lately, right? We gotta stay patient with that Casper because it has been. It's actually quite depressing. If you actually look, like if I go to my portfolio, I mean, Casper's not a large. It's not a large holding for me, but if I go to my wow, we're all the way down to 4.1 cents. It's kind of depressing because if you pull up a chart of Casper and you evaluate, and if I evaluated so many other investments in my portfolio as an example, so many of them have done a 2x, 3x, 4x, whatever the case is. Casper's just locked in at that 3 to 4 cent area. It has not moved. Oh, oof, man. Hey, let's fucking go oof, man. Good to see you in here. Appreciate the... Hey, by the way, I think I left you a DM, a message. So, I'm pretty was that you? I forget, honestly. If I left you a DM, check it. I think I did. I don't know. It was here or Instagram. I don't know. One of the two. Okay, so for some reason, I'm having disbelief. Do you ever feel like that? Like this next leg up will be too good to be true. I would say that is not... Thumbs up. By the way, everybody, appreciate the support. I hate to keep asking this, but literally I need to do this because the YouTube gods reign over me right now. The YouTube gods are greater than the crypto bull god at this stage of life. So we need more engagement on the thumbs up. I would say the way that you're describing there, if you guys want to read Oof's comment about disbelief, I would say that doesn't, how am I trying to word this? I don't like sitting for too long. I'm going to stand up here, guys. You can't see me. I like having these auditory. I would say the emotion that you're referring to here as far as disbelief and too good to be true, I would say, oh, here we go. It's not my predominant feeling. It's certainly not my predominant feeling. I would say the predominant feeling that I personally have is confidence. Confidence, but layered with a little bit of not skepticism, but caution, right? Because this is coming from the perspective of someone who's been invested in this market since 2018. The 2021 correction or 22 correction threw him for a loop. He was incorrect. He learned a lot from that and understands that, you really need to be diligent in how you're planning to sell, because I've seen my portfolio in unrealized gains go down dramatically in value. So I have to remain diligent. And also the other perspective why I'm cautiously, so there's still an element of caution. I don't want to hear too many people saying the same narrative, right? So whether it's a left translated cycle or two toppings, or I hate hearing that, because whatever predominantly is being stated, there's going to be, at the end of the day, guys, there's going to be some sort of curveball. The curveball to the 4-year maxis was us having an all-time high before the halving. There's going to be another curveball. Like, this is not, I kept saying when I've shown you my general expectations for Bitcoin topping out, I've told you plain as day, as beautifully, guys, if you follow me and you've seen that chart, Bitcoin has literally followed that in generalities, literally perfectly. And I put that thing back in September. But I said to you, I refuse to allow that to be a false sense of precision for me. At some point, there's going to be some sort of deviation. There's going to be some sort of curveball, guys. So, I am going on and on to say this. There is a small part of me that is in disbelief that it really is going to be, in relative terms, as good as I believe, just because I think it gets back to the original point I was trying to make on one of the items, which is I didn't grow up with a lot. So when I actually take a look at my portfolio, and this isn't even astronomical targets, these are just what I deem reasonable targets, mid-range targets, even lower range targets. And I think about how much I could potentially profit from this and the implications on my life. Yeah, it is a little bit hard to believe. It really is. It really is. And it for me, there's a degree of uncomfortability with it, which is, I think, also why it's important to consider, depending upon how successful you are in this market, making sure that you seek out financial advice from financial advisors, having financial advisors in your place, in your life, all things I've considered. I think what you're speaking to comes from a degree of uncomfortability thinking about, having a lot of money when you didn't have a lot of money growing up as a kid, right? So, but the smaller part of me, the smaller part. Richard, thank you for the nice comment, man. That's what I want to get into here. Let me get through these comments real quick because I want to get to the original intent of the live stream. We're 18 minutes in and I haven't even gotten to the intent of the live stream. Redwan, CBG, I am so fucking nervous. I am wearing. Please promise to tell us when the market feels toppy soon. Well, you got to be a big boy. You got to be a big boy because this market, now's time to put on your big boy pants. Like, these dips that we're seeing right now are nothing. If you expect your assets to do a 2, 5, 10, 20x multiple, you're going to see volatility like this today. You're going to see Alethea AI up 50% one day, down 30% the next day. Like, that's just like par for the course. Tuesday and Thursday are TA Q&A, Red One, so you'll have to join me then for charting. Please no kissy faces. Only want to see my girl send that to me. So that's no kissy faces, my friend. Too soon. I'm gonna pass. Thanks, Raghorn. I appreciate that, man. Welcome in, Donkey. I want to say Donkey Kong. Donkey Dong. Haven't looked into Discord. I'm not for it or against it. Just haven't looked into it. People are chiming in on what coins have been boring for them. XDC, Quant. Yeah, man. Just, you got to be patient. Of any of those charts, of those three charts, Casper, XDC, and Quant and XDC definitely have the stronger charts. James, I did not make a trade. Welcome in, Evan. Just smoking weed? Well, to each their own, my friend. All right, last question, and then we're going to get into the intent of the actual live stream. Do you think a 10x from this point on for any coin is reasonable or underperformance? Depends what you're talking about, if you want to get technical. If I were to look at Solana and say, clearly I think Solana could approach $1,000. That's a 5x from today's price, right? So it depends what you're talking about. But if you're talking about some of the smaller projects, I mean, quite honestly, based on my expectations, it somewhat does depend how hard something has run. Let me give you an example. A lot of those tokens in the AI space, think about where Track Origin Trail is at, right? Believer in that project, great fundamentals, great technicals. The thing already hit, I don't know where it's at right now, but it's around $1.30, right? So do I think it's going to go to $10 and $1.30? Do I think it's going to go to $13? No, I don't think it's going to $13. So I think you have to consider where your chart is at in relation to the quote-unquote cycle. Some projects take turns, right? So some projects, I would certainly hope, like a Casper, would sure as fuck do a 10x from here because it's been sitting around 3 to 4 cents forever. But then some of your tokens like, Track Origin Trail, or even, someone is bringing up Caspa. Some of these projects comes down to your conviction in terms of both the fundamentals and the technicals. I'm glad to get that Beyond the Charts live stream started. And Alex did an awesome job on Saturday. It sucks I had technicalities with the video, but we're going to get that fixed for next time. But, it depends on your conviction. If you think Caspa is going into a top 15 to 10 project, it's going to do more than a 10x. But some of your projects, they've already been running super hard, especially in that AI space. Some of your meme coins, yeah, man, that's a tough question to answer. I think it just depends how hard some tokens have run recently. But yes, for certain tokens, like Casper is just a great example because it's in my portfolio. Like I said, I own a small position. I do not own a large position. But, that's a token where, quite honestly, you saw my tweet out the other day. It has been the underperformer in my portfolio. It's been very disappointing for the past several months. So that thing better pull at least a 10x. Yeah. Let's get into the intent of the video. Of course, I'm going to actually take a pit stop at this point before we actually get into the intent of the video. But the whole intent of this video is for me to read your comments. So I am very behind in reading YouTube comments. So I'm going to go through here and I'm going to read some of your comments to you guys, share them with me. If there's anything here that is of especially value, I will make sure to note who the person is who commented. But guys, I need you to know, and then I'm going to take a quick pit stop at the bathroom and then I'll be right back. But I need you to know this. I am an extremely busy person behind the scenes, and I don't mean that to come across in the wrong way. I know that all of us are busy, right? So I have a full-time job. I have somewhat of a personal life, and then I'm trying to put out a lot of crypto content. I want you to know that even if I don't comment for well over a month or two to a comment that you have shared with me on YouTube, I will get to it. I will get to it. I've either seen it, it's popped up, I haven't made time to reply, or I will see it at some point later. But it really does mean a lot to me that you guys spend the time that you do dropping me the comments that you do. I just, it's honestly, and I think we all reach different points in our lives where we feel this way. I've definitely reached points recently where I have felt a little overwhelmed just because I'm juggling so many different things. And I think that's perfectly normal and it's okay. And so I just wanted to share that with you because I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you or that, I don't, believe me, I love the engagement, guys. There's nothing, I don't need to be, let me say this. I don't need to be doing YouTube for a revenue stream, guys. I do very well for myself. Look up what an actuary is, an FSA, who's been in the field for nearly 20 years makes. I make, and I don't say that to sound arrogant. I'm saying that to state a fact. I do very well for myself. So I don't need to be doing this for revenue. That's not why I'm doing it. I do it because I genuinely enjoy it. So the fact that you guys interact with me and express appreciation, it means a lot to me. So let me quickly use the bathroom and then we're going to get into your comments here and I'm going to share the ones that I think, the ones that make me chuckle. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging in there. Everybody stuck around, actually. Okay. Oh, I had to clear my throat. All right, let's get into some of these comments here. So, Raghorn, who is actually on today's live stream, value your technical analysis. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Someone else here on Digibyte. Of course, I just released my... should I share this? Is it more fun if I share the actual comments with you? Comment below if you want me to actually pull up the comments on the screen here. I can. I'm just reading them off to the side. Someone here on the Digibyte video that I just released this morning, I finally got done recording over the weekend, says, nice video. Question, how do I get that chart in TradingView to see Digibyte versus BTC? What do I need to type in? Thanks. Well, my friend, you have to put in great question and thank you. Type in exchange colon token colon and then repeat. So example, Coinbase colon BTC USD colon, or divided by, actually. Divided by, I don't know, Binance, Ethereum USDT. Okay, great question. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, someone is shilling a coin. Sure, I'll like that. Somebody is calling me a legend. Gotta fucking love that. I don't think of myself as a legend, but thank you, Pedro Martins. Hey, if you think so. Digibyte, somebody, Bounty Hunter 1890 commented dinosaur coin. Yeah, I love my dino coins. I love my dino coins. Hey, I really do. I love certain dino coins. You guys heard me. If you were on the live stream on Saturday, I told you point blank, there are certain coins. Look, guys. Look, I could pull up a chart of Dash USD or Zcash or Monero actually has a nice chart. Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash. Like, I could put all these tokens up for you. The charts are not looking stellar. Hey, no pun intended. I do own Stellar as well. These charts do not look stellar, okay? But I own them for the nostalgia. I share that with you. I love my dino coins. Raghorn again, you really enjoyed the Digibyte video. I'm going to give this one a closer look and may add to my bag. Thanks again. Hey, man, I love... Honestly, the Digibyte community has been very good to me. And they're a very passionate, non-toxic community. They're non-toxic. That's one thing I really appreciate. You know, one thing that always rubbed me the wrong way about the XRP community is it's a very big group. And there are certain people in there that are logical, but there's a lot of people in there that are just very toxic and very maximalist and blah, blah, blah. And they have... These views that they have are just quite frankly stupid and ignorant. It's one of the reasons that like same thing with a Bitcoin Maxi community. I can't stand that. Can't stand that. It's just too toxic. But the Digibyte community is community, great project, old school. Love it. Someone's telling me to promo. Yeah, that's a bot. Love Digibyte and XEP Electra Protocol. Sure, double commented. Promo, sure. Love those promos. Spanish Town Records tells me I did a great job on the Flare price surge video. Why, thank you, my friend. And that's what I will say. Why, thank you, my friend. Why, thank you, mi amigo. That's a mixture of Spanish and English, for those of you unfamiliar. You guys want me to pull these comments up on the screen? Because I'm kind of reading them off. If it doesn't matter to you, it doesn't matter to me. But if you want me to pull them up on the screen, let me know. Else I'm kind of going off to the side here and you can't see the comments. So I could be making up all of these comments on the spot, like this one here. CBG, you are the greatest technical analyst to ever exist. I am going to send you 5,000 Bitcoin. What is your address? Oh, that is so thankful. Thank you. Now, see, that comment is made up, and you don't know if I'm making up these comments based on you not seeing the comments. Someone here commented on Beyond the Charts. Okay, let's see what we got. We got a few comments here on Beyond the Charts. Let's see what we got here. Great live. Keep it going. Okay, thank you so much. Great stuff. Glad you enjoyed. Very good to hear. You know, it's always nice and encouraging when you're starting something new and people have really good feedback, especially so for full transparency. Great discussion. I thank you, kind sir. Why, thank you, kind sir. You know, and it was I'll be honest, one of the things I struggle with is if I mess up. So here's a personality trait about myself I haven't shared with you. So I'm extremely hard on myself. So, and that's an overused statement, but it is sometimes a problem for me that when I mess up, I don't just let it go. Like I sometimes spend a lot of time thinking about it, more time than I should, because the more proactive thing to do is to just learn from it and let it go. Well, when we went live on Saturday, I got so pissed off at myself because I accidentally closed out of a window that I wanted to share with you guys on the screen, and then it totally threw me off at the start of the live stream on Saturday. So I was like fumbling around, and I went back and listened to most of that live stream. And in the beginning, I just sounded like a complete moron fumbling around. So we got off to a rough start, which was all my fault and had nothing to do with Alex. And then the screen sharing, like, clearly I can't use Discord for a live stream co-hosting with somebody or having a guest on. So I actually sent an apology to Alex and just said, you know, hope it doesn't deter you from coming back on, and loved having you on. He was awesome to work with behind the scenes. Really, really, really nice guy. I'm sure it won't, but I at least wanted to apologize because that was very sincere. And I promised him the next time he came on, I would have different software for the experience there of having a guest on, because that shit can't happen. That's on me. And I was just very upset with myself. All right, here is another bot. Okay, love the content today, but unfortunately the screen share always cut out of the views and we never got to see the charts. Oh man, yeah, that stinks. I am aware, but thank you for letting me know. I promise this will be resolved for next time. Thank you for the positive feedback. Okay. Because I get it, guys. When you're tuning in and you're trying to listen to a technical analyst talk about charts, and then you can't see the chart, that's a little frustrating. Here, this guy here has the same comment, so I'll just paste the same comment. This guy says, thanks, Bull God, for the Beyond Charts. Give this guy a like. Seats. Hey, whoever you are, if you're listening to this live stream, man, love it, man. Love it. Love it. You're just stating like a statement, like an affirmation statement. Look, Seats, DEVRIES 4257. Give this guy a like. Thank you, brother. Appreciate your videos and insight. I can't catch them live, but I do catch up once they are posted. Why, thank you, Cody. I appreciate that, kind sir. Another bot. Well, we'll just engage with that. Aaron, Bella Vista. Love the alpha. This is the only place to get real advice in TA. Well, I think I'm one of the places you can get genuine insights into the market because, again, I don't know how many times I have to repeat this, but like I'm just some guy that grew up in northeastern United States and now lives in the beautiful sunshine state of South Florida, and am extremely passionate about cryptocurrency and happens to be a technical analyst and happens to also be an actuary by trade. So anything you're getting from me is certainly founded within integrity and authenticity. Don't let the haters move you. I don't have any haters. I think one of the things I'm still trying to figure out, to be quite honest, when I look at my stream right now, right? For instance, right now, this is actually the lowest amount of viewers I've had since we started the live stream, so maybe people are disinterested in me reading comments, but we're down to 8 viewers right now, right? But we were up to as much as 22 to 25 at once. For me, for the size of this channel to have 20 to 25 people viewing at the same time is a decent amount of people, right? Like, this is a small channel, and one of the things I've struggled with is how I can actually grow the channel more and more and more. Because, again, my view is I don't have aspirations to grow my channel for purposes of monetary compensation or to profit from it. That's not the goal. The goal is, think about it this way. If you feel convicted and confident that you add a lot of value to something that you are well-versed in, that you're extremely passionate about, wouldn't you want to engage with as many people as you could? Right? So if I'm going to spend all of this hard effort and time that I spend putting into this content, and I have 5 people listening versus 500, obviously it's a little bit more gratifying and it feels like I'm making a difference if 500 people are viewing, right? I hope that makes sense. So one of the things I've struggled with is how, I've struggled with this since the beginning of time. How can I grow my audience without being clickbaity? Because that's the thing I don't want to do. On the one hand, part of me thinks if I continue to be consistent with my content and I'm always being authentic, it's just going to catch up. Eventually, people are going to catch on to this channel and say, the guy's a little quirky sometimes, but he actually is pretty intelligent and offers quite a bit of insight into the market. I'm going to give him a listen every now and then during the week, even if I can't catch him live, right? Versus if I'm putting shit out in the market inconsistently and it's clickbaity, I don't see how I would grow the right type of audience through those means. And maybe that's some of what it is too, is I want to make sure no matter what content I'm putting out, it's put out in the right way to get the right viewers. I don't want any viewers. I want viewers who are serious about this market and really want to learn and digest material and challenge their thought process. That's the type of viewer I want. I don't know why I went off on that tangent. I think it's because this comment says, don't let the haters move you. I don't really have any haters. I really don't. I think people in general have been very kind to me. Once in a while, you get a douchebag, but I have much thicker skin today than I did many years ago, so that stuff doesn't bother me. Because the thing is, real quick, before I read the rest of the comment, the thing is, the easiest way you can get thick skin, what I've learned, the starting point is knowing you're coming from a good place. You're coming from a good place and you have no true reason to believe that you are being mean-spirited or acting in an irrational or insensitive way, right? And then the second thing is understanding that you can't please everyone. Like, it's actually sometimes in life, I've shared this before, sometimes the way that you can find you're on the fastest track in life to the path you should be going down, that is, I don't want to get biblical here, so we won't go down that path, but one of the ways you can determine if you're really going down the path you should is if you are rubbing some people the wrong way. Because some people are just, quite frankly, not going to understand what it is you're doing and why. And that's okay. I'm not here as a people pleaser. I've had conversations with my brother where I've said to him, like, I think it's so awesome that you go out of your way for this person or that person, but, bro, you can't be a people pleaser. Like, you have to come before other people in certain respects. If you're trying to please everyone, you're going to be very disappointed in life. So the other thing is just understanding you're not going to please everyone. But if you know if it's coming from a good place and it's well-founded, in this case, on education and deep-rooted conviction in the space, and you're being authentic in your material, then I don't have anything to worry about. I keep you sane? Well, that's a scary thought. Thank you. Curious, what's up with CAS if BTC stalls or fails? The rest with the entire altcoin market, we're setting up for a parabolic movement up within the altcoin market. What will happen as we enter? In fact, let me just share this real quick before I finish answering this. With where we're at in the market right now and where CASP is consolidating, I think this thing's going over 30 cents. On this next major leg up, this thing's going to go well over 30 cents. So we will see if that occurs. What will happen is we enter BTC pre-halving correction. Will it drop faster? Wait, what will happen as we enter BTC pre... Oh, will it? I think you mean Caspa. Will Caspa drop faster than BTC, or will it pump for a noob? Guys, I'm going to read to you how I'm planning to reply to this, okay? Here is what I suggest. Do not lose the forest for the trees. Forget about the day-to-day, week-to-week price movements and interactions. I base all of my TA commentary on making sound, logical, well-informed. I'm writing this guy a novel here. Well-informed, macro-based decisions on markets. When you step back and look at where we are at on higher time frames, you will see these questions do not matter, and we will be going up over the next several months. Cheers. So this guy essentially is trying to ask me to comment on all this short-term price movement. I got to be honest with you guys. I'm starting to get a little irritated. And I don't know if I'm getting irritated. I don't know how much of my irritation should be founded 100% based on the comments that I'm getting, and how much I should fault myself for it, because I do speak about short-term price action. I think it's regardless. I am getting irritated because I am getting sick and tired of people trying to pay attention to what's going to happen in the next week or two. Maybe what I need to do in my content is spend a lot more time focusing on more macro perspective views versus a 12-hour daily chart, because I think people are starting to, get at the heart of this guy's question. He's essentially asking me, what is going to happen in the next handful of weeks? Who cares? Guys, who cares? Who cares if Bitcoin hits $80,000 this week or next week, or it takes 3 more weeks for it to happen? Who the fuck cares? The whole point of what I'm saying is, if you zoom out and you look at monthly charts, 2-week charts, even weekly charts, 3-month charts, and you're not just looking at the BTC USD chart, I'm talking about all of the charts I share with you. When you look at that, what you recognize is over the handful of months, whether it's the next 4 months, or it's the next 6 months, or it's the next 9 months, it doesn't matter. It's going to be massive upside. Just stay patient. Stop worrying about all this fucking next week or the week after that. Who cares? Stop focusing on it. Somebody here appreciated the video. You're welcome. Okay. IO tab 1772. ETFs are not in control of the crypto market, brother. No. Nope. Okay. My comment to this is it's all in the charts. It's all in the charts. It always has, and it always will be, whether there's ETFs in the market or not. That's my comment there. That's the whole premise of my live stream. Okay, it's all in the charts. You can't, you know what the beautiful thing about that is? If someone said to me at CBG, it's not all in the charts, I would say, really? So you're telling me factual data that I'm evaluating is incorrect? That's like literally walking up to someone and saying 4 plus 4 is not 8. Now, I know there's a lot of woke people out there. I don't know. I saw some shit on Twitter or something that somebody was trying to say 4 plus 4 was not 8. I don't know. There's a lot of fucked up stuff going on in the United States. We got a lot of concerns about, I don't want to go on a tangent. We have so many real world concerns, and we're worried about whether someone's classified as a man or a woman. Like, the shit going on in the U.S. is just, I don't know. It's crazy. Like, it makes me sound old saying this, and I'm like, all you youngins, but we have so many real world problems, and we're worried about whether someone has a dick hanging between their legs as a man or a woman. Like, it's just astronomically baffling. But anyway, where I was going with that is that we have to understand that if you're not analytically minded, if you're not numbers minded or mathematical, it may not make sense to you, but it doesn't matter to me what the narrative is. I always say that the news follows the charts. I know it's counterintuitive. The charts do not follow the news. And so what I'm trying to say to you is it doesn't matter what narrative you come up with. The charts are going to tell me what is most and least likely. So get the ETF out of your head. By the way, and I'm saying this to be helpful. I'm not saying this to be a dickhead, by the way. IOTAMB 1772. So whatever the tone of voice is or however I'm coming across, just please understand. Sometimes I get frustrated, but this is all coming from a place of trying to get people to maximize their opportunity in this market. I really want you to think about this for a moment. Are you, the psychology you're coming at it from, is it what most people think or is it what the fewest amount of people think? If it's what most people think, chances are in this market, you're going to be wrong, right? Else, everyone would be super successful in this market. You've got to adapt an alternative line of thinking. The ETFs are not in control of this market. The last point I would make, if you really believe that, you don't think Bitcoin's going to undergo another 75+% correction. I got news for you, brother. It's going to happen, and it's going to present massive opportunity. When this market starts to become bearish, the crypto bull god is going to be here every step of the way, whether you want to short the market or whether you want to look in for opportune times for trade setups or whether you want to look in for the biggest item, which are longer-term investment opportunities when we get down to oversold levels and Bitcoin does correct 75%. I will be here. It will happen. Okay, I appreciate this comment. Oh, man, this is a tough one. Okay, I'm going to try and pronounce this. Redwano Horani. Okay, Redwano Horani. 2190. This was 3 days ago. This guy commented me. Or a woman, I don't know. Please keep on. You are definitely not getting the love you deserve, but the few of us loves you so much. Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you. I definitely appreciate that. I could be doing other fun things with my life right now besides YouTubing, which, I mean, I don't live that exciting of a life, so I don't want to make it sound like I'm out here like jet skiing, jet flying, limousine riding, Rolex wearing. That's not me. That's not me. It never will be. I'm the dude. I've shared this with you guys. If you've been here for a while, I've shared with you guys. I'm the dude. Whether my net worth is $100,000 or $100 million. I'm still going to have that motherfucking black 2001 Acura Integra sitting in my garage, and I'm going to be driving that thing. Now, it doesn't mean I'm not going to have another car or two. That's not what it does mean. But as a car enthusiast, somewhat of a car enthusiast, it doesn't mean that. But I'm the guy that, in all seriousness, I'm the guy that will walk around with a Casio watch. It's just who I am. I don't want to ever let money change me. Money, you have to understand my perspective, and I feel like I've gotten this sense, like I've gone home sometimes, and there's like this level, I can feel it. I don't know if my father's aware of this, and I know he doesn't really check out the content, so he won't hear me anyway. But I don't know if the man realizes it. But I am very perceptive. So there are moments where I will share to some degree what I'm anticipating for myself financially. And there's some degree of uncomfortability on my father's part. I can just feel it. And what my brother needs to understand, what my father brother needs to understand is I view money or the currency of the US fiat dollar as a means to freedom. That's what it is to me. I don't care what other people's perception is or how I come across. Let me tell you what I'm deep rooted in. I'm deep rooted in the fundamental notion that life is based upon non-material items. I've shared with people that you could stick me in a room with any audience. I feel like I could adapt and I could talk to pretty much anyone in the room. I just feel confident in making that statement that I'm comfortable with myself and I'm comfortable with the other people in the room and knowing their uncomfortabilities, so I could just talk to anybody. You want to know what the one exception, what that is? People that are extremely materialistic. People that are extremely materialistic, I sense it immediately and it rubs me the wrong way and I repel from it. I don't want to be in the same room as those people. It rubs me the wrong way. It feels disgusting. So there's no part of me that wants to build some sort of financial empire or financial wealth for myself for purposes of living some lavish lifestyle. I quite honestly love the lifestyle I live. I'm good with it. It's very simple. I'm a very simple man. Give me good food, a good gym, and some good wine, and a good lady. And I'm good to go. And that's it. That's all I need. So my lifestyle doesn't need to change, but where the freedom comes in with the currency or the fiat dollar is the whole premise for me and my viewpoint is I want freedom of time. So I want to choose to spend my time how I want. Now, most of my career, I have enjoyed being a full-time actuary. I have loved the field. I've loved most of the people, not everyone, most of the people I've worked with, and most of the work I've done. I've enjoyed it. Voice change. I've enjoyed it. But if you said to me, hey, CBG, if money was not an object to you to support your, way of lifestyle, what would you do with your time? My time would look different today. It would not look exactly. I would not be working full time. Maybe I'd work part time, but I would not be working full time. I would be spending more time doing data analysis of the crypto markets and traditional markets. I would have more deeper market insights. I might have a newsletter, like a premium service where I'm putting out a weekly newsletter on the markets. I would spend a lot more time networking within the cryptocurrency space as well as the traditional financial market space, trying to learn also about real estate. I would have guests on the Beyond the Charts, people who are pretty well known in the industry. I would be basically a much stronger presence within the industry I am most passionate about. That is how I would spend my time. But see, I'm not there right now. And those are where my passions lie. And I think some people may be misconstrued on the notion of, me walking away with whatever gains I have in this market are not to live a lavish lifestyle so that I'm off YouTube and you guys never hear from me again. No. The whole premise behind me being successful in these markets is to build a lifestyle conducive to who I am as a person. And who I am as a person is someone that doesn't need the material things in life, someone that loves the freedom of time, someone who loves to get up and chart and not be rushed out the door, spend some time charting. Maybe I do a live stream even very early in the morning. I go off. I can spend my day exercising in a gym, doing the thing I'm most passionate about. I can come back. I can enjoy maybe some time outside, whether I'm golfing or going for a bike ride or going to the beach or going to the pool. I can come back to the markets. I can do some sort of video at the end of the day. Maybe I'm interviewing a guest on the channel. That's sort of my viewpoint, and that's the luxury. I guess you can call it luxury. I wouldn't even call it luxury. I think that diminishes it. I think that is what somebody can earn. Actually, that's the way I'll put it. I think that's what someone can earn in life if they're willing to put in the hard work to put their money where their mouth is, founded on education, where most people are not, right? When I come out here and share with you that the significant portion of my liquid net worth is in crypto, do you think I'm fucking around with you when I say that? I'm not. That is the absolute truth. So I've done that based on conviction and my education within this market. Let's get into the comments here before I get to a few more comments. Wow, I've been going at this live stream for almost an hour. We might have to cut it off soon. Oh, so many questions. I can't get to all these guys. Thank you for the engagement here. Don't drink too much, guys. Drinking, you don't want to ever get, especially at a young age, you never want to get addicted. I know you guys are all joking around. Some of you guys are in your 20s, but Jesus Christ. I still remember my 30th birthday. Holy crap. That was a long time ago. I don't know. 42 has really set in. Like, I don't get the same thrill off of when people assume I'm like 32 or 33. I don't get the same thrill anymore. I just tell people I'm 42, and then when they're surprised, I'm like, yup, I'm 42. I just don't I don't get the same thrill anymore. I used to be like, oh, you thought I was in my young 30s, right? Yeah. So, no, I don't get the same thrill anymore. Yeah, motherfucker, I'm 42. All right. Yep, turned 42 in January. In fact, I'm almost 42 and a half. All right. I'll just round the age up at this point. I'm a little salty about it, so I'll just round the age up. Yeah, I'm 42. I'm about pushing 43 in about 9 months. So, 42, but, I'm going to be 43 soon. You're a nudist. You should check in with my Evan, you are blowing up the comments here. What in the hell is going on, man? Okay. Let's get into a couple more comments. We're probably going to call it a day. I got to say, I appreciate all you guys that have hung in here for this entire blabbing of a live stream here. I've been going for 58 minutes. Dear Lord. A few more comments here. Sorry, cannot press the like button 1,000 times. If I could, I would. Thank you, my friend. Let's fucking go. I know. Guys, you got to understand, I keep hitting on the thumbs up because if you saw what I saw behind the analytics, you would understand I need more engagement on the channel. Like, for as much work as I do on the channel, I need more engagement on the channel. Awesome work is Adam Hopper, who's been a long-time supporter of the channel. Adam, thank you, my friend. Thank you. Just a personal note to say thank you. I do see your comments all the time, man. You're always here commenting, and I do appreciate it. Awesome work as always. Would love your current insights into XYO again. I think you said against CGB. It was almost CBG. Thank you, Adam. Join me on Tuesday for a live TA Q and A and I got you, brother. Okay. Appreciate you, Adam. Don't know what this is. We're just going to like it. Amazing video as usual. Thanks, mate. Pedro Martinez. Thank you. Pedro Martins. Wait a second. What's this guy saying? Jim? Is this... Who the fuck is this? Oh, this guy looked really familiar. Okay. No, he's not the same Jim I'm thinking of, but there, you see these little pictures, and this Jim looked like another Jim. The Jim I pretty much, yeah, it's crazy. Pretty much, I don't know if you guys were here for that live stream, but the guy's life who I pretty much saved, who's still alive today, thankfully. I thought it was that Jim, because I'm looking at the photo here. and it's not the same guy. Jim Drummond says, hit $200,000 today. Thanks for the knowledge and nugget you have thrown my way over the last month. Started with $14,000 in last month. I don't know how I helped this guy go from $14,000 to $200,000 in a month. That seems a little, I don't know. His portfolio is doing better than mine. Jim, if your portfolio went from $14,000 last month to $200,000, you literally did like a 15x. Okay, that's just in my head. You're doing better than me. All right, if that's true, 14.5x. Okay, I have not done a 14.5x. Maybe you should round down there. Is it $20,000 and $14,000? Okay, let's see here. Question, are you going to sell at $80,000 and buy back at the bottom 4 for riding final 5? Speaking to Elliott Wave, my answer is no. I'm not doing that. Thank you for your time and analysis, CBG. Much appreciated. You're welcome, kind sir. Appreciate all the engagement. Origin Trail Track already has utility and is on its way to $3. I could not agree more. $3 is undershooting at this point. You know, I gave price targets in that video that I put out for Track Origin Trail, but this thing looks like it could head to double digits, but I think up towards $9 is very possible, which would still be, you know, what, a 7 or 8x from current levels. Pedro Martins again, legend. Love your videos and educational content. Just wanted to show my appreciation. I appreciate that. What in the fuck is this? I'll tell you what year married to. Oh, there's something I comment. I'll have to go back. Rate drawer. I'll have to go back and look at that. What did I say? Is that frothy mango? I'll have to check out your comment. People are quoting something I've said in a video at a certain time marker. I'm going to go back and check those. I need to check those up. All right, guys. I'll get to some later comments later. If you appreciated this type of content, by the way, look, the reality is this. Okay, when we kicked off the live stream, what did I share with you? I shared with you there were no significant developments in the market. It's hard for me to come out and share something meaningful with you, right? There's nothing going on in the market that has changed over Sunday. So I'm coming out here and I'm just sort of killing two birds with one stone, essentially. I'm doing a podcast and I'm able to go through these comments that I need to get back to and sharing them with you. If you appreciated this form of a live stream, let me know. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down button. Let me know what you didn't like about it. I'm very receptive to feedback, guys. I love the engagement. I appreciate it. And until next time, I'll be back tomorrow for traditional all-in-the-charts analysis, taking your TA questions. Until next time, everybody, let's all spread awareness and carry the education forward. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. Or good morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you are located.